Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is the American Music Fan coming at you with another unboxing of a box set that I recently got. This time of the Paul Simon Complete Album Collection. This is all of his solo albums without Art Garfunkel, all the way from the 1965 Paul Simon Songbook to 2011, I believe, So Beautiful, So What, and everything in between. Here's the box. It's a white box. The box is very nice to the touch. It's very, I don't know how to describe the texture, but it's very nice to feel. And anyway, so here's the outer leaflet here. It's a nice little read-up of the box set that basically is saying how great Paul Simon and the box set are, which is real good, because it's true. So, yeah, I'm not going to read it, but that's kind of why. And they put the geniuses put the sticky stuff on there so they could stick it to the side and back of the box, but they didn't realize that when they did that, when you had to rip it off, that this kind of comes off. But anyway, so it has all the studio albums, just names them, read up, that's basically that. So let's get into it! Alright, so it opens like this, and there's really nothing except kind of polka dotty designs. The albums are right here, so you kind of have to, you know, go like this. I don't know if this is going to work or not. It comes with a nice little, book. It's nothing special, but really all it is the track listing for all these albums, because they're sort of like LP replicas where, you know, they don't really have, you know, the track listing on the back of the albums. So it's just a little book, so it's like, you know, there's a few pictures of them in there, like that one. Otherwise, it just sort of shows the this Graceland. So yeah, that's the book. Not really a lot to talk about there. Anyway, the first album, which was released, I'm not sure if it was released before Simon and Garfunkel actually took off, or while, or whatever, but this is just sort of his recordings from that time, which feature a lot. This features a lot of songs that he just played on this CD that would later become big hits for Simon and Garfunkel, like I Am a Rock, The Sounds of Silence, let's see, Leaves That Are Green, April Come She Will, a lot of good stuff on here. Some good stuff. This album also features, it's kind of just Paul kind of messing around, so there's some good, not yet famous songs on there. Next, which might actually be my favorite Paul Simon album, is his first solo album, his first actual solo album, just called Paul Simon, self-titled. It's real good. It has Me and Julio Down by the Schoolyard, which is probably my favorite Paul Simon song, and Mother and Child Reunion, Duncan, Lay That Body Down, a lot of other good ones on here. Although the quality of the, you know, the digipacks or LP replicas or sleeves or whatever you want to call the cases, they're not really good. See, this one is kind of, they're sort of out of line, but that's kind of, I think that's kind of how Columbia does it. They don't really take a lot of time to actually package their albums nicely, because in the Bob Dylan box set that I also reviewed, you should check that review out too, a few of them are falling apart too, like Down on the Groove especially. But anyway, here is There Goes Rhymin' Simon. Not the best. It has a few hits on there. I think Kodachrome's on here, and what else? Actually, this is no. This is a good album. This is a good album. I was thinking of something else. Sorry about that. So it has the gatefold. All the discs on this sort of just reproduced what the cover is, basically, except this Paul Simon Songbook. That one has a Columbia. The first live album, Paul Simon in Concert, Live Ryman. Pretty good, solid live album there. It has pretty interesting versions of a lot of songs. It's not my favorite live album that he's done, but it's good. This is the one that I was thinking of, Still Crazy After All These Years. It's not the best. It has some good ones on there, like the title track and a few other good ones. Especially on this version, it has the bonus track as a demo of Slip Sliding Away, and it's probably, I like that one better than the original, because it's just like a Paul with an acoustic and a bass player. I think there's some drums too that come in later, but it just sounds really cool the way they do it on the bonus track on here. This set actually does not have the actual Slip Sliding Away, which is a little bit disappointing, but We've all heard that song 100 times. Next is the soundtrack to the film One Trick Pony, featuring the great Late in the Evening. I also didn't really care too much for this album. There's a few high points on here, but really, all in all, it was kind of for me. Next, Hearts and Bones. I love this album so much. The title track and a lot of the other ones on here are great. Love this album. Hearts and Bones. Next is the legendary Graceland, featuring, of course, Diamonds on the Soles of Her Shoes, You Can Call Me Al, The Boy in the Bubble, a lot of other big hits. This is probably his most renowned album as a solo artist. And this one, the case is really falling apart. It's very disappointing, I guess. It's okay, though. Good album, though. Fantastic album. Oh boy. Wrong order. Next comes Rhythm of the Saints. Another really good album featuring a lot of unique stuff. These two albums really capture a sort of more African sound. I know he recorded Graceland in Africa. I'm not sure about Rhythm of the Saints. Maybe. But, yeah, I don't know. Both these really have a very unique sound to them. Some very nice background singers. Really nice. Next, we have Paul Simon's Concert in the Park, which I love. This is a fantastic live album featuring a lot of really good covers of a lot of really good songs. It's just a great all-around double album. Fantastic live album. Next is Paul Simon's Songs from Cape Man. I have not heard this album, so I can't really give my brief little review on it right here. I'm not really sure. I don't know. I've never heard that one. Now we're into the 21st century with You're the One, Paul Simon. Pretty good. Next is a really good album in Surprise, featuring Father and Daughter, which is a great song by Paul. Who else would it be by? Anyway, that's that. And finally, his amazing 2011 album, which really took me off guard with how good it is. So Beautiful or So What, featuring Rewrite, which is my favorite one on there. The title track's really good. Otherwise, The Afterlife is a good song. And, yeah. Anyway, that's it for the the Paul Simon box set, not Simon. But anyway, great box. The only thing I didn't like too much about it was, it didn't really seem like they put enough time into actually making the CD cases, sturdy and good. But other than that, it's good to have all the albums. The sound quality's good. The albums are obviously good. Paul Simon's a genius. And yeah, that's that. I'd say buy it. Next review I'm going to do is the Simon & Garfunkel collection.